Hey, this is Manley with verticallessons.com. 1,000 days straight. First of all, you need to know I am not a highly disciplined person. I'm not a very consistent person, and I struggle to execute daily routines. Even though I know things are good for me, it is a constant struggle. But I did it 1,000 days in a row. Why would I do that? It's worth it. So I'm going to tell you exactly what that high performance habit is. The secret that made a huge difference in me being able to achieve those 1,000 days straight. In addition, I'm going to give you the biggest aha insight that I learned from doing this habit 1,000 days straight, as well as 3 ways to help you get started or restart it or deepen if you're already doing this particular habit. So the habit is meditation. If you don't already know about meditation, you must be living under a rock, or as to why it might be beneficial. There's over 1,000 validated scientific studies. They can see biophysiological changes in your brain, your stress response, your heart rate, your blood pressure, your overall health and well-being, your index scores on how optimistic or depressed you feel, your achievement. High performers, people I study who interview the top high-performing Olympic athletes, billionaires, entrepreneurs, people who just do it all, just seem to be getting amazing results in their life. The one habit that's common across nearly every person that people interview in those situations is some kind of meditation practice. That can be a spiritual-oriented practice. It could be purely a mindfulness or breathing-oriented practice. It doesn't have to be incense and some kind of old-fashioned idea of what a monk sitting in a retreat center in the middle of Asia might bring, or you don't have to even sit cross-legged, okay? So I want to knock out a myth right here, and as well as my number one insight that I gained in 1,000 days. And additionally, I'm going to give you a bunch of tips on how to get going as well. So let me just tell you what I learned, which is by far the biggest myth I've ever heard and believed myself. The myth that meditation should yield or will yield some state of no thoughts, or that you're supposed to sit down and not think. That's actually not what it is. What meditation is the practice of noticing that you are thinking about something and dropping that thought and coming back to some focus anchor point for your meditation. That could be breathing. That's always there. It's an easy one to come back to. It could be a word, a mantra, an affirmation. It could be even an image or a color or a sound, something that you come back to re-anchor. The most basic meditation instructions I could give you. You recognize the thought and you say, I'm not going to be on that train of thought right now. I don't want to go there, that loop. And so what you're really doing is practicing, that's why they call it the practice of meditation, is you're training and practicing, noticing that your mind is somewhere else and coming back to something of focus. So what this yields is, first of all, you get more control over your mind. Your mind's up there, your ego and your thinking mind is kind of like your operating system. It's running all the time, trying to figure out and solve and think and worry us to try to protect us. It gives us the ability to not be always subjected to wherever it wants to take us and drag us. So at the very least, you're going to get more focus. With that comes more peace and a little space for just self-grace, so that you can allow in a little bit of clarity in this moment to think about what you want to think about or focus on, and maybe not get wrapped up. Maybe that leads to anxiety for you. At the very least, you are going to get more focus, more clarity, no question, and a sense of equanimity and just peace and contentment that I have not been able to achieve any other way. It has made a huge difference in all areas of my life, and I just really, really want to encourage you to try it. If you tried it in the past, that's what most people say, I tried it, try it again. Or if you already do it a little bit, I want to invite you to deepen your practice. Maybe instead of just 5 minutes or 10 minutes, by the way, just 5 or 10 minutes a day. That's another great tip. That's all you need to get started. 20 minutes is ideal, but 5 or 10, and there's a lot of days, by the way, in those 1,000 days, I only got 5 or 10 in. It counts. It does add up. 5 or 10 can make a difference. And if you can get from 10 to 20, that's awesome. That's bonus. But don't even worry about that at first. Just get the habit going. So that's kind of me really just trying to invite you. It's made such a difference and encourage you. It's made such a difference in my life. I really want you to give it a shot. Deepen your practice, or even restart if you've tried it in the past. So here are 3 ways to help you either get started. Number 1, the habit. I think the easiest entryway in is an app, Headspace, that you may have heard of. There's a free version of it that has a 10-day course. It's also on Netflix, this introduction course, and I really like it. It's not new agey sounding, so that's one thing for me personally, no offense to anyone, I don't like the real new agey sounding voices in a guided meditation. It's the main male voice is a straightforward British guy with a nice accent. So Headspace is great. The second thing I'd recommend, if you're a reader, the 8-Minute Meditation by Victor Davich, D-A-V-I-C-H. I'll put links, by the way, down below the video for these. Great book. It's like $8 on Amazon or something. And that really helped me break through and start creating a daily habit of meditating in around 2012. Really great book, very simple, very approachable. 8 minutes is what he advocates because it's the length of time between 2 commercials. So the third thing I would recommend, and this is a little bit more involved, and more commitment, but if you work best with a person helping you and guiding you into learning it, whether you're brand new and you're trying to learn meditation for the first time, or maybe you already meditating and you want to deepen your practice in a powerful way. I have a meditation coach, Mr. Joe Zarontinello. He was my 7th grade teacher, the most influential teacher my whole life, and I work with him bi-weekly. He's very inexpensive and very reasonable, a great investment in yourself and helping you deal with stress and focus. And if you want to bring in spiritual aspects, that he also can go there. He can handle, if you're an atheist and you don't want to have any spiritual component, that's fine too. He's incredible and really knows his stuff, has been meditating for more than 50 years. His website is loosehollow.com. I'll also put a link down there below as well. So those are the 3 best resources I can give you in all of my attempts and struggles and successes meditating. Also, I want to give you a practical tip. I mentioned I was going to say how I achieved those 1,000 days straight. Get yourself a habit app and track the fundamental building blocks of your day that create the kind of day you want to have, right? I'm sure there are other things on a good day, what goes well and what creates an amazing day for you. So I use a habit app called Streaks. I love it. It really focuses on the streak. And we know from psychology that we don't want to break streaks. And that's why, I definitely don't want to break the streak now with over 1,000 days. It leverages that psychological impact of the streak to get us to do the habits we need day in and day out that are going to help us be successful. So all these links are in the notes below. I hope this is helpful to you. Please share it. If you have a practice or you struggled or wherever you are on that journey of a meditation, mindfulness practice, I'd love to hear. And I hope this is helpful for you. Please share it with people in your life and please give it a shot. Try it again, deepen your practice, recommit. It's worth it and the results will show up all over in your life. It doesn't show up on the cushion or in the chair. By the way, you can just sit in a chair too and break another myth. You don't have to sit cross-legged, no incense required. So you can sit in a chair, and my meditation coach recommends comfort as part of it. It's important. Any barrier that's going to get in the way, we want to try to eliminate. So I hope you give it a shot, and thanks for watching this video. Until next time, this is Manley. See you soon.